So what's going on, guys? How we doing out there? Happy Friday to everyone. TGIF. We have made it to the weekend yet again. Let's see. Everything is looking good? Yeah. I think we got everything up and running. So how we doing today? How you guys doing out there? So, gonna try and push through, and don't think I'll probably get the trailer done during my stream here today, but hopefully I hope to make a bit more progress on this beast. And yeah, if you guys were watching on Wednesday or seen in the previous stuff, you know that I sort of like kind of hosed myself from the get-go on this whole setup by trying to have all these kind of interactive, the screen spinning and doing all that kind of stuff, and as a result, this got a lot more complicated than it had to be. But I'm hoping that the end result looks a little prettier than just an average, boring, you know, gameplay trailer. So hopefully the pain and suffering will be worth it, but time will tell. Hey, Below the Stone, welcome, buddy. 6 bits. Hey, thank you, man. Welcome, welcome. Oh, look at this. Starting it off right. Here we go. There you go. Toss some bombs for you. There you go, man. How you guys doing, man? Hadn't had a chance to catch your stream lately, but how are things going for you guys? You guys still making good headway? I hope. As for me, I'm just trying to get the gameplay trailer done. Why did it still stay up? It should have been hiding by now. Oh, because I didn't deselect? There it is. Just have to get the important stuff out of the way. Good, good. Game is looking pretty good. Just working on the gameplay trailer. I'll show you what I have as an in-progress kind of thing. There's some glitches in here, but at least this will give you a sense of it. Audio is kind of broken right now, so you can ignore that, but let me bring it up here. There you go. So this is what the gameplay trailer is looking like these days. Yeah, and the audio is going to cut in and out. I'm going to fix all that stuff. Haven't touched the audio stuff. So hopefully just giving a quick rundown of all the components of the game, give you a quick idea of what the game is all about. You know, teach you about using villagers, teach you about the power-ups, what the different ones do. Boom. The snoozing villagers. And this is gonna glitch out here, but yeah, that's a mistake. It shouldn't actually pop like that. But and this is about as far as I got up to this point, but almost there. It's gonna be about minute 20 when it's all said and done, give or take. Let's see. Inventory is getting very close to finish. Congrats on that, man. Love it. Looks good. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You guys got that crazy. Yeah. All that inventory stuff. I'm sure that's just got to been a nightmare for you guys trying to get all that structured up. So my inventory is just, you know, villagers. You know, so it's a lot simpler. But yeah, thanks, man. This has been a chunk of work. Where I really kind of hose myself is, like I was talking about, is the fact that since I'm doing all these things with the screen rotating and doing all the spinning stuff, and hit film, the program I'm using in just wasn't up to the task of rendering the stuff out, right? So I had to go to a 3D program and actually render that out. And I didn't know what I was going to be using for my footage yet. So as a result, I have to go back to each segment, figure out what video I'm using, export that out into an image sequence, import it into a 3D program, render it so that the screen lines up. Yeah. Anyways, it's ugly. Not an ideal system, but I think we're pretty much getting through most of this stuff now. So, all right. So let's see, where did I leave off? So I got all this stuff. Boom, boom. Yeah, and then I guess I can work on the iPad. I think I have the iPad footage here ready to go. So let me try and find that. Let's see, section D. Nope, I guess I hadn't loaded that in yet. All right, so let me load that in. Let me scoot up a little bit here. All right. So it should be under C. iPad. I think it looks awesome. I'm just waiting for the Bimley trailer. Graybeard, welcome, buddy. Welcome, welcome. Look at that, 10 bits, man. Thank you so much, dude. That's the way to walk in the door, both of you guys. Thank you so much, both of you guys. Wow. What's up, Graybeard? How you doing, man? Yeah, the Bimley trailer. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off the Bimley trailer just initially because, you know, I gotta make sure I do that right, you know. You have to treat him with total respect. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks for the additional cheer. That's too cool. Appreciate it, buddy. Yep. Yeah, Bimley deserves his own spin-off, don't you think? The Adventures of Bimley. Okay. So let me find out where I had this tucked away here. So there's iPad screen. That's that part. All right. So let's see. Is it in here? Or maybe I haven't actually rendered that out yet. Oh, that may be the case. Okay. So let me grab the gameplay. Let's see. This is random. Random match. iOS. Excuse me. Okay. I thought I had this set up. Hold on. Let me check myself here, make sure I'm not forgetting something here. Oh, here we go. Challenge. Yep. So why is that not? Oh, because so there's challenge, but where's random? Oh, I know, because I jumped ahead. Okay, I know what's going on here now. The Adventures of Bimley. Maybe a Below the Stone Volley Village multiverse thing. Oh, a crossover. I'm liking the sound of that, man. I'm liking the sound of that. That'd be fun. Alright. So, actually, I guess I need to bring this in. Let me do it this way. Okay. So yeah, I do need to bring random match in. Let me shrink them down. So here's my system now, is that, so I have the original footage that's already pre-recorded, and then I have to line it up, figure out which segment I'm going to use, then export that image sequence out, bring it over to my 3D program, and render it to match the tablet motion. So, kind of stupid, crazy, convoluted process, but in the end, I think it looks pretty. Alright, so we start there. Alright. Move over here so we can see this thing line up. Like so. Let's see, make sure this lines up right. Yep. Okay. So we have that. And I think I was cheating it where I was taking the searching for opponent and kind of compressing that down a bit. which is not a terrible idea. Alright, let me zoom in here a little bit. Oops, did that a little too far. Yeah. So I want that. Okay. So then that's good. And where do I actually press the button on this one? Right about there. I want these to be close to being the same. Just do it a few frames different. Alright, so there's our start for our iPad. Starts, and then he gets pressed just a moment earlier. Both pop up. Yeah. Alright. And it's going to go all the way to here. And then they're going to spin. Yep. So I got to split these up because the spin motion when the tablet's just sitting here and then going in a spin, those are actually separate 3D files. So I got to take each one of these little video screens and split them up individually. Yeah. It was nice to have it modular, so it allowed me to, you know, like scale things up and down, but I'm paying for it at this point because I gotta do all these separate exports. Good. Alright, so then what I do is take these guys. Oh, let me color code them correctly. Tomato. Alright. And then, let's see, go temp export, and I got these set up specifically to deal with the iPad format. Oh, let me not delete that yet because I want to make sure I have a little scaling set up correctly, so. Okay. Let's see, what do I have it set up as? Oh, just 101. Okay, that's easy enough. Don't think I can do these at the same time. Alright, man. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, go do your thing. I'll be here. 101. Yeah, but thanks again for the compliments on the trailer. Appreciate that. Yeah, when you do things as like a, you know, party of one, when you're a one-person company, it's you know, it's definitely hard not to completely second-guess yourself the whole time and definitely get that forest for the trees syndrome. So, I like putting it out there and getting feedback, you know, especially when you guys respond positively. That's always an added bonus. Alright, so take that. And then boom. Okay, so that's a random match, and then I'm going to take this now and export this as an image sequence. So I can bring that back over into Lightwave and render it out. Yep, that's good. Alright. So, Control S, let's go over to export. Oh, by the way, you know, if you were hanging with me on Wednesday, you know how much I was complaining about this program. That it was all glitchy and stuff, but they just sent out an update, and yeah. Remember I said never use 0.0 software? Now we're up to 0.1. And they fixed a lot of the stuff I was complaining about. So, you know, kudos to the Hit Film team. They actually got us saying that was a pretty quick fix. But to be frank, it was some basic kind of glitches that I can't believe they let that one out the door. You know, I mean, it was not that hard to replicate. So, but anyways, thank you so much to the headphone guys for updating. So now we're at 12.1, and now I'm able to, I don't have to do that trick where I was having to like select other layers just to get it to be able to play again. You know, if you remember when I'd hit, you know, playback, it would just jump to different parts of the timeline, but that's all working now, so hooray. Alright, so temp comp, we're going to spit this out as an image sequence. Remove the old ones, and that's 4 seconds worth. And who did I say this was? This is 8. Shoot, what section is this? Is it A? No, it's B. iPad screen. Huh. Okay, do we actually kick that out already? Is that the first part? Hold on. Just trying to make sure I'm not replicating some of my work here. But I don't think, I think, yeah, that's A. And then that should be B. Yeah. So we'll call that B. Eight B. I actually have something in there? Or is that just empty? Hold on. 6. Okay, that's just the top half. Okay, got it. But I thought it slid in. Sorry about that. This is just, you know, I'm getting bit on my naming convention. I got a little lazy with it, and as a result, let's see. Yeah, okay, it is the second half, because that's just the turn. Right there. Okay, good. So I will call that second half. So let's go. Yeah. B screen. Gaff. Whoops. Alright, select folder. It's 4 and PNG sequence. Alright, and go. Hopefully it goes pretty fast. Alright. What was it saying? Yeah, about 30 seconds. That's pretty good. In the meantime, I could bounce over here back into Lightwave and figure out which is the right one. Nope, that's later on. That's C. Second half. So. Yep, this is what I want. Second half right here. I'm going to call this iOS second half. Alright, looks like it finished. Good. So then, let's grab the... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's grab the screen. Alright. Turn him on. Okay, at 9, it should render just... There he goes. So it's just going to render the iPad screen, which is what we want. But what we need to do is also correct the image source, because right now it's just defaulting to an old one. Excuse me. Alright, so let's grab him. And we need to version him up too, because if I change the image that's attached to this right now, it's going to like mess up the previous scene. So the way we do that is we go, file, save, current object, and then we're going to version him up. So this is iPad screen 3. There. So now we can repoint the image, and then this is kind of glitching right here, but that's absolutely not a big deal because we're not rendering the tablet, so I'm just ignoring the fact that it's kind of penetrating through there. So let's see, is that correct? Yeah, replace, let's see, and I said it was B, second half, like so. Alright, So that should be correct. All right, and right now it's stationary. So let's go back in image editor, switch it to sequence. All right, let's see. I think we start. Hmm. All right, so we gotta start at 18 for him. Okay, so that's good. And how long does it go? It goes to right there. Come on. Really? We lost it again? It keeps like resetting. Go to the previous gate. It keeps like resetting my value there. Previous. Hey, Paper Fan Games. Welcome, buddy. How's it going, man? Welcome back. As previous key. No, previous frame. I'm not sure why that keeps getting reassigned, but there we go. So now I can actually go back and forth. Paper Fan Games, how you doing, man? What's new? How is your Friday going so far? How's your weekend looking, man? I'm just kind of plugging away on the trailer here, the gameplay trailer, and almost there, like home stretch, man. I'm at the last bits of it. Do you ever raid? I do if I have a bunch of people hanging. Walkin' Talkin's here. What up, buddy? Welcome, welcome. I do have a raid if I have enough people, which for me isn't often. I'm not. Wow, V6 is here as well. Check it out, man. I've done raids before when I had like a nice collection, but I mean, you know, if there's only a couple people left, I kind of feel weird about like raiding someone and then like they all kind of go, yeah, I'm out. So it's like, you know, it's sort of like you charging the castle and you kind of go, I'm here with my troops. Wait, where'd everybody go? So yeah, I mean, if I have a decent number, I will. But what are you drinking? Are you drinking your 7-Up from today? It's Mickey D's. I think I mentioned that before. It's too close, man. I mean, it's like, you know, when noon time comes around and end of the week, I've pretty much burned through all my usual lunchtime food. I have to run somewhere, and Mickey D's is closest, so it ends up being like my choice of poison, pretty regularly on Fridays. And I just reuse the cup because I got the ice in there. So, and then of course, yeah, there you go, the Diet 7-Up backing me up too. So I'll be drinking that as well. So. Yeah, V6, man. Hey, how's it going to you as well? So yeah, Paper Games. How about you, man? Do you ever do any raids? I mean, I've done them before. Like, a few times I've had like a nice crowd of like 15 or more people hanging with me, and at that point, yeah, I will. But it hasn't happened lately. I think just because I'm kind of slogging through the gameplay trailer stuff, which is not nearly as exciting. So as a result, it's smaller crowds. So. Don't know if it's really worth the effort of trying to drag everyone along for that when it's only just a couple of you guys. Alright, so that's good. 17, so let me make sure he's all good. iOS second half, the naming is correct. He's correct. Let me set my output path to the right place. This is second half. New folder. Rename this to iPad screen, second half screen motion. Boy, I'm just torturing it with these naming conventions. Just gotta get through it, then I'm good. Alright, and then make sure my frame range is set properly from 18 to 119. Save it and go. There it goes. Alright, so that's going to take a couple minutes to chew. At the gym. Thought I'd swing by and say hi. Nice. Cool, well, yeah, I haven't done a gym lately. I'll do a gym like if when I go back to LA, I'll do one of those things where I'll do a short-term gym membership, you know. And for me, the gym is all about treadmill. I'm a runner. That's my thing, man. So, you know, if I'm someplace away, you know, then I'll do a gym just for that, and also just, you know, to get a shower and get right into work. When I was doing that stint at Encore in Burbank, that was kind of a perfect scenario because, well, that was kind of a strange one because I was renting a room in somebody's house there in Burbank, which was just crazy. I was still paying like $500 a month just for a room, you know, in a very old house. But so then I would just, you know, cruise over to the gym, right, hit the treadmill for a short time, and then, you know, take a shower and then get straight to work. You cannot use emotes at all. Okay. Is the easiest and hardest to get judged by? Emote's not working? Let me see. Huh. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Oh, so you're trying to trigger one. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much never use them. It's one of those things to me, by the time because I don't type it, I will like go click on the icon, and by the time I get to the icon, we're 5 minutes past that conversation, I realize no one understand what I was even lulling about at that point. So it's like, okay, never mind. But yeah. But yeah, I love running, man. I mean, especially in the summertime. I love running out in the heat, not in the cold, man. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen the news, but here in Las Vegas, we've gotten snow not once, but twice this week. We got snow twice. No, that's not the way it's supposed to work here, man. I signed up for the 100-degree weather. I did not sign up for the 30s. Wintertime, I do inside treadmill. I actually own a treadmill. I got that a million years ago, back when I was still living in Los Angeles. Yeah, both of them were getting a little dusting. Most of it's pretty much melted away here. But, funny story, so, you know, we had the snow and the ice yesterday, right? And the schools didn't close. And then they announced last night that they were closing the schools for Friday. It's kind of like, wait, what? Guys, the snow's melted now. You know, we're in the high 40s today, right? So there's no snow or ice. And wait, so you canceled on the day that is fine, but let the school stay open on the day that needed to be closed. Okay. Yeah, whatever, guys. Whatever works for you. Yeah, try to get a day off. Yeah, they're like, we could close it on Thursday, but then we got to come back Friday. Or we could just say that we're doing it for the kids, we're going to protect them, and then we got ourselves a 3-day weekend. Boom, done. There it is. So, yeah, when it warms up, to me, it warms up as, you know, 70s and higher, then I go running outside. If it's colder than that, then I use my indoor treadmill, because I do not like the cold. I mean, when I was a kid, I don't know, you ever see that, like, you know, kids run around, they get like a thin jacket and they're fine. Man, I wear like 5 layers, I'm shivering, you know. It's just like, so it's like the older I get, the more intolerant I get of cold weather. Alright, so that just finished, so let's drop it in and let's see what it looks like. Let's go back to our edit, and let's import it into our renders folder, which is just getting to be a beast of a folder now because I didn't break it out into any subsets, so there's just tons of stuff in there. Alright, so this is under 8B, and what we just created, yes, it's this guy. Select folder, there it goes. Okay, so he should be here-ish. Excuse me. Okay. And you see it doesn't line up because I started like art directing the tablets once I loaded them in. So I started sliding them down, so I need to do the same for him. I think it's like 57. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. Turn him off for a second. Let's see. iOS transform 74.3. So it's this guy. Negative 74.3. And he snaps into place nicely. Cool. There he goes. So that's what I did there. I just rendered out this iPad image sequence so it lines up, and they should... Oh, look at that. How did I get the timing wrong? Well, crap. Alright, gonna have to adjust that. Oh, crud. Thought I had that correct. What's up with that, guys? Huh. Alright, let's see how far off I am on all this stuff. Alright, so it hits there at 5:09. Yeah, so if I get anything wrong, then I gotta go back and re-render, and this is why this has been so long. Alright, 5:09, so that's 18 frames off. Really? Alright. He happens there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, that's about right. So, crud. Hit Control S. That rendering was so much fun. I think I'll do it again. B second half. Okay. Image. Oh, crud. Okay. But then that was the first frame, so I can't actually slide this. So, crud. I gotta go back and re-render the image sequence. So I gotta go back a step. Oh, crazy. Not Android. This guy. Alright. Take both these guys. There. So I extended it 18 frames. So then that hit should come in the right place. So, once again, I gotta kick this out. Extend the edit so I get all the frames. There he goes. Control S, export. Man. It's really easy to screw this up, and I'm good at screwing things up, so. Alright. So the second half is this guy. And it's just going to overwrite those frames. Okay. So this is the first part again. Okay. Yeah, it's been so long since I've done a gameplay trailer that I forgot that I think before I just got fed up with it and I decided, yeah, I'm not going to do the spinning tablet stuff. I'm not going to have like them move in 3D. And kind of wishing I would have remembered that. Or, I mean, if HitFilm would get their act together in the 3D stuff and make it so the cameras would line up with 3D packages, then I could still do the interchanging kind of stuff. But unfortunately, right now I think their camera stuff is more simulated values than true like lens values. So I gotta hold off on that for the time being. But it's going to be really good once you finish it, though. I think and hope this spinning will be worth it. I can show you while we're doing this. If you want to see, this is an earlier version. There's some glitches in here. And there you go. And the audio is kind of messed up. But this is what we're working towards. So. So, yeah. Ignore the sound effects and stuff because that's kind of all broken at the moment. I'll fix that later on. And then there's a text that comes up here in a second that comes on the top of the screen. They're going to move down to the bottom. Okay, that's good. So yeah. So there's just a quick run through of all the features of the game. Yeah, this one. Keep an eye out. That text I'm going to move to the bottom of the screen. And then teaching you all about the power-ups. Demonstrating how they work and what they do. And then we show the villagers you can unlock. Boom, boom, boom. And launchers. And then here's the level editor. Gives you an idea how that works. And then there's a glitch there. It dissolves, but I'll fix that. And then this is as far as I've reached. This is the point I'm up to right now that you guys are watching me do the iPad side of things. So that's what it's looking like. Still got a ton to clean up with the audio, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. I always underestimate how long. I always think it's like, yeah, the trailer I can knock that out in a few days, and no, it's usually a week and a half of hammering through, just because I try and put too many bells and whistles in there. Just, you know, foolish, but you know, you got to make it flashy. You have to make it quick, right? You know, you don't want to just kind of sit there, because if it just sits there, people will kind of like go, you know, what's next, right? But the more you do that, more you cut, the more you have all the other kind of stuff in there, the more time it takes. Just kind of the nature of the beast. All right, second half, and then so now, boom, does that. All right, and then now we should be able to extend this. That's really good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I did not hear too much though. Can you please lower your music a little? It's not worth it, just because the you know, all I have is the music sound of the music soundtrack, and then the sound of the gameplay is sort of like cut anyways. So that, you know, I was thinking about muting it entirely anyways. So that's just gonna throw you, because you know, it's just yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. So once I get it in the audio for the gameplay trailer, once I get in better shape and I'm ready to play it, and then I'll definitely mute the background streaming music. But it's just right now the gameplay audio is just kind of broken, because I'm just cutting from the scenes, and I need to re-extract the audio and then kind of like ramp it up and ramp it down in transition and stuff. So yeah. You know, I'm kind of hiding I meant to mute it. Honestly, I meant to mute the sound when I was playing the gameplay trailer, because it is not there yet. So, and I think if anything, it kind of throws you off. It's kind of like there's something that feels weird about the video. Yeah, no, it's not the video, it's the audio. But I'll get to that. I always focus on the video first, and then I go back and unbreak all the audio stuff. All right, so 140. Let's see. Oh, I gotta reload. It should jump. There it goes. Yeah, so it reloaded, and 137. So there he goes. Have you found a good song to use for the trailer yet? Yeah. Okay, so that one I'll play for you. Tell you what, let me mute this. Yep. One of the songs I'm using from the game. Actually, this is one of the music tracks you hear when you play the game sometimes, and I like the tempo of it. Images, motion, music. Here we go. So this is it. Oh, sorry, I forgot because there's so much noise going on with the editor. I was muting the editor, so let me fix that. Here he goes. Try this again. There you go. Hopefully you can hear that okay. So, good tempo. And some of the cuts connect with it pretty nicely as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's fine. Yeah, you get to hear it again. And yeah, I think it just, you know, the tone is right, the attitude is right. So I think all that plays well with the video, you know, and I like the up-tempo nature of it for sure. So, definitely a winner in my book. All right. So let me come back. Oops. Let me come back to the right light wave. It fits very well. Cool. Thanks, man. I'm glad you think so too. Yeah. All right. So it's 37. There's the last frame. All right. And then unfortunately, because it was shifted, I have to re-render this whole sequence. So we go from 18, now we go to 137. Hit save. And render that puppy. Oops. Oh, I hit F11. F11 renders the current item selected. So F9 in Lightwave renders the entire frame. F10 renders the entire animation. F11 renders just the item selected. It's kind of weird that they kind of mix and match like that, but alright. So, Got to rerun this, and what's it gonna say? It's So we got about 3 hours. Hours or like minutes. 3 minutes 30 seconds. So this won't take too long. But so yeah. How do you remember all those keys? It's amazing. Because I've been using it for 20 years, over 20 years now, Lightwave. So it's just sort of like you don't even think, right? It's kind of funny because if I have to tell someone, right, it's almost like I don't know if you have the same situation. I'll tell them, oh, you have to hit the well, just can you move over for a second? I have to put my hands down, and not think about it, and just like muscle memory, and then I can hit it. It's like, oh, it's this one, right? But it's just I'm so used to just being like hovering over the keyboard, right? That I mean, it's all almost like subliminal at this point. The worst thing is because I spent so many years working with Lightwave, and then of course I shifted over to Maya for animation. Yeah, you know what you mean. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the worst thing about it is Lightwave and Maya are a lot alike for the most part, but there's significant differences. Usually when it comes to like moving the camera around, transitioning, and switching between keyframes and like, you know, dragging, that kind of stuff. And that's one of the things that I'll have to sort of like, I don't know. The best analogy I can use is that if you drive a stick shift, and this is for the old folks out there, but if you're driving a stick shift car, right, and you're doing it like for ages, and then you switch to an automatic, and you're driving the automatic, your left foot goes to the floor looking for the clutch, you know? You know it's not there. You know you're driving an automatic, but the left foot goes, we need to shift gears, right? And that foot just goes, right? Kind of the same thing, right? Because Lightwave and Maya are so close in so many ways that I'll find myself going, wait, why am I not zooming here, right? And I mean, that's even true with like the hit film and some of the other programs that, the way you scale, zoom, translate, rotate, it's just slightly different sometimes. So you have to sort of like unthink and like switch gears. But so you'll see this sometimes. It's kind of like where I'm like moving something and it's like, wait, why am I not moving? Oh, because I'm in the other program. I have not driven a car automatic. I don't usually drive others' cars. Nice. Yeah, it's funny that manual transmission vehicles are getting harder to find these days, right? I grew up. My first, I guess the first 3 cars I've owned in my life were all stick, but my car I have right now is an automatic, and my best friend likes laughing at me because I always vowed that when I was young, I said I would never have anything but a stick, because it's all about the control and the power. And then I was like, yeah, I like the automatic, and he's like, yeah, you're old. You're just getting old. All right, so this is almost done. But yeah, I guess the argument was with manual transmission cars, it used to be better on gas mileage and more efficient, that kind of stuff. But with all the technology, I guess that gas mileage advantage is not as much. The only advantage now is, the only advantage you still have is being able to pop the clutch, right, when the battery goes dead. But I'm in Las Vegas, which is just flat, right? Which means that there's no hill that you can like just start the car on and then pop the clutch. That's not an option, man. That means you got to find volunteers to push the car while you try and pop the clutch. So even that is no longer an advantage, at least in my current town. Okay, so he finished rendering. So if we come back in here, it should snap back magically. And hopefully now... Yep. And then, oops, I should be able to extend that. Screen motion. Yes, I can. Up until the point it starts to spin. Oh, shoot. Am I still a couple frames short? I am, aren't I? Oh, wait. Hopefully that's... Oh, good. No, that's correct. Okay, because that just bleeds into the next one. So these two line up now. That's the key thing. Is that you can see they're in sync now. So I did fix it. That's good. This is kind of funny. So you see these guys, right, are in sync here, but that's not even intended, right? When this taunt screen comes up, it just kind of locally just kind of throws up a couple of random taunts. So you can see like the ogre is doing something totally different, but he's doing the same pose and almost like perfectly in sync, which is a nice coincidence, but not really intended. Excuse me. I figured I could have the taunts be synchronized, but I figured why should I bother sending information back and forth for something that really has no bearing, you know? I mean, you don't control the taunts, they're just randomly thrown out there. So I didn't think it was worth the effort, to try and have that be synchronized. Alright, can I select that guy? I did. Cool. So, excuse me. Okay, so we got that one. Alright, now we're going to take this guy and then export him. Is it, which one is it? This guy? Yeah. We only need a couple frames. It's literally like 5 or 6 frames. But I just want to make sure I'm in the right position. That's correct. Okay. So, we're going to take this guy. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just 6 frames. So we copy. We're going to come back to here. And then turn these guys off. Actually, I could delete them. I don't need them anymore. That's done. We're good with that. Alright. And now this. 6. I'll go 6 frames. Synced is good, though. Yeah. Yeah, synced is good. That means I didn't screw up that time. Yay. Alright, so I'm squishing this down, so I'm only grabbing like the first 6 frames or so. 6. I'll do 7. More than I need, but I'll just do a couple extra. And I gotta position him correctly. Put him back in the center. Scale 101, 101. There. Okay, good. Let me go view. Export just this little bit. And yeah, 7 frames. So we got our little extras. Clear out the ones we did before. And let's point it to the right place. This is B, second. Yeah, my naming convention here is definitely broken. So, second half, I call this third half. I'll just call it part 3. How can a second half have a part 3? I don't know. Just because I didn't really structure this well, but that's fine. So you select that, good, and start exporting. And it's just gonna be a couple of frames, so it's gonna be done really fast. And we're done. Alright, so let's load up the final bit. Okay, that's one we just did. Second half, so Android screen. Let's see. Alright, so that is B, so then we need C. So let me switch to the other one here. Oh, I do have C. Good, already got C loaded up. Yep, that's what we want. Okay, good. So, I'm going to create a new iPad screen. Since, as I was saying before, if I point it to a new image sequence, that's going to break the previous version. So I don't want to do that. Oops. Alright. Uh-oh. Security system's going off. iPad screen. We're going to parent him to there. Turn him off. He's good. Good. Okay. Zero him out. Oh, let's see. I forgot. I got, yeah, 00180, and he should snap into place. Perfect. Yep, that's glitching, but then we're only rendering the screen. So, there you go. You can see that it doesn't matter that graphically we see it breaking through here because we're not rendering the tablet, just the screen. So now we gotta point it to the right image sequence that we just generated. So let's go replace. And what did I say? This is C, right? Uh-oh. Where did I export that to? Did I do it as B again? I did, didn't I? Yeah, that's why I named it. Yeah, part 3. That should actually, it should be 8C part 1, but who cares? It's just, the naming is all wrong. But it's in the right place, so that's all that matters. Alright, let's switch this to sequence. That's all we need, right there, 6. Alright, I'm going to rename this from Android screen to iOS screen. Let's see. Yep. Alright, and then finally, let's set our exports to 0 to 6, that's correct. Output, we'll send this to the correct file, which we need to create one. Alright, so even though I called the original image sequence 8B part 3, I'm going to name this one correctly this time. iPad screen motion. Alright, control, save that. And here we go. This one's just a couple frames, so it's going to be done really fast. Done. Good. And back we go. Alright, so let's drop this into the edit, and I hope that I got this correct. It should be this part right here. Alright. This will be a render, import image sequence. Oops, 8C, iPad screen motion. There he is. And toss him up here. I'm just gonna move these guys around. I just like it. It doesn't matter, but I like them just to kind of go upward. And this guy, it should be him up there. Yeah, good. And let's see. Oh, because he's wrong spot. Okay, these are my reference ones, so I'm gonna move them up here. There it is. All right, and color code these so I remember who they are. The red signifies the screen images. The orangish indicate the tablet background. All right, and then position is negative 74.3. So we go negative 74.3, and he snaps into place. Good. All right, I'm gonna hide him because I think we're done with him. Yep, and then we should start turning here. Alright, did I see a pop? I did, a little bit of a pop there. Could cheat that. Don't know why it has shift, but let me see if that, yeah, now it's off a little bit. Oof. Now he's too big. Okay, so let's go 100.2. How about that? Still a little small, so 100.5. Alright, scaling looks right. Let me cheat him over. There it is. There. Pop is gone. Why that scaled differently? I don't know. It should have been the same, but it's easy enough to cheat that. doesn't have to be totally pixel perfect because it's going to be flying by so fast that you're never going to notice. Alright. So, that should take care of that. So, now we demonstrate 1-player, 2-player, local play. And then we demonstrate, if you choose a random match, how that gets lined up. Did I see a black gap in there? Sorry. Yeah. It's like the perspective got shifted on the render, and I don't know why. But once again, it's going to fly by. So you're going to have to freeze frame to see that there's an imperfection there. So I'm going to let that go. The perfectionist in me is screaming, but yeah, no, not worth the effort to try and address that. So, moving on. So, there we go. So we're demonstrating a random match, and then next we need to demonstrate if you do a specific challenge. So you can see here I've prepped the Android side and then of course the iOS side. So I got to get those exported out now. And they're going to begin pretty much right where they pop up. Good. So I have that set up correctly. I can clean out some of this, I think. I guess I'll leave them for the time being, but yeah, okay, I won't mess with it. But I'm going to come back later. Oh, let's see. I think I will purge these out. These are my old reference ones for the stuff that I've already knocked out, so I don't need them anymore. So they're just a little cleaner. If I can scale this up. When you see it in this perspective, I think this is actually very telling, right? I think this reads pretty well. So this orange bit is the Android tablet, and this is the Android screen, right? Here's the iOS tablet sequence, and then the iOS screen. So you can actually see exactly where we run out of content, you know. So that's just the color coding, which is a new feature of HitFilm version 12. So I'm glad they added that because it makes it a ton easier to find stuff. Because I'd always had problems in the earlier versions of having to go back and look at the names and then, you know, figure out the layers and just getting totally confused. But my next wish would be that they would create a folder system, you know, compressible, kind of like they have over here, right? You know, this. I would love to be able to take this stuff and just compress it down, you know, some of these guys, and just group them under one folder and compress it down. So it would make this editor a lot more easy to read, but that's just a wish list item. I can work with what I got here. Alright, so then he pops up, and oh, did I already split this up? That'd be nice. Wait, why am I not seeing that anymore? Uh-oh, did I just delete the wrong thing? I did. Uh-oh, undo. That was stupid. Good. Alright, so it's this stuff. So why did I delete that a second ago? That's weird. Hey, Double Up Games, man. How you doing? How's it going, buddy? So, still plugging away in the gameplay trailer. Home stretch. I'm down to the last couple sections, but still taking for forever. But, let's see. And then getting really cumbersome just because I'm doing all this stuff for the screens, which means I have to export it out, render an image sequence, and drag it back in. But getting there. How's it going with you, man? Double up. How's your Friday? Got anything good for the weekend, man? Doing anything fun? I'm trying to think. Any good movies? Oh, Battle Elite. I gotta go see maybe this weekend. Let's see, what's the last movie? I guess the last movie that my wife and I went to would be the animated Spider-Man. Just trying to promote wrong, honestly. Oh, yeah? Nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, I saw the posting. Yeah, how's that going so far? I mean, I know you just got out the door, but how's that doing for you so far? Yeah, I saw you put it on my Discord, and yeah, I gave it a thumbs up for sure, man. But about 80 or 90 downloads. Well, that's a good start. I mean, that's still totally good start, man. You know, I mean, you're in a challenging genre, right? With the hyper casual game. I was just listening to a couple of commentaries recently, and these companies that is crazy. They do these things where they make hyper casual games like one every like week, right? Sometimes 2 a week, and they just throw it out there, which is meh. Yeah, I understand, but you know, I mean, I think there's opportunity to build. So I mean, the way they treat it is they throw these games out there like all the time, right? And they look to see what kind of traction it gets, and you know, I mean, there's 2 things to look at. There's number one, the key thing obviously is how many people are downloading it, but I think equally important is how many people keep playing it, right? Excuse me, because you can have a ton of people. I've had this before. I had a ton of people download a game, played it for like that long, and kind of go, well, that's fun, and then never played it again, right? Which back in the day, that's a fine thing to have happen, but this day and age, you got to have people that keep playing the game from that point on. So even if you start off with a smaller amount of downloads, if you find that the term is retention, right? If you find that you have a high retention rate, right, that the people that download it are playing it and really enjoying it, that's actually a fantastic sign. That is something you take as encouragement. If you know, then it gets to the point of how do I get the word out? Because the people that are downloading it are really enjoying it, you know, and that is something to get excited about. But that's something that is only going to come around with time. You know, the first week, and then you get the first month, right? And then you figure out, you know, what it's looking like, you know, and then, you know, it's day one, I think you shoot for like a high end is 50. So if half the people that downloaded the game are playing it after the first day, then I think you're actually doing some decent numbers. You can check me if I'm right or wrong about that, but if memory serves correctly, I think day one retention, you want to shoot for 50% as a good number, you know, and then it falls off after there, you know. And some games have like a fantastic retention rate, you know, and then some of them, you know, and that's another thing to look at, because if you have a retention rate like 10%, then you have to look at the fact that it's like, okay, is the game not working, or is there something about the game that people are not liking, right? And then you have to sort of reverse engineer and figure that one out, you know. But if it's something that you can determine that, you know, through either, you know, input or response, you know, and find out if there's something that, like the length of the gameplay, or maybe if you have any kind of feedback that shows the progression that they made in the game, right? Did they reach a certain point and they quit? Then maybe there's something that's going wrong there, you know. But yeah, I mean, I've had games before where I put them out there and they played it for 5 minutes and just bailed, you know, or less. And, you know, and there's a certain point we have to kind of decide, you know, is it something that I need to amend, or is it just something that I have to kind of move on and say, okay, what's next? Because I've had some games blow up beautifully, and I've had some games just completely collapse on me. But you know, fingers crossed, dude. I mean, because it's a well polished game. You know, I mean, it is. You're in a tough market with the hyper casual, because there are these companies, and there's the other key difference too, is that these other companies are spending a fortune, right, just to get the people to play it. You know, and then once they have that, they also have the cross promotions, you know, for all their other games, can promote the, you know. So there's, you know, it's a tough thing to compete against, you know, just because hyper casual is so amazingly popular right now. But you know, well said. Thanks. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's not me just speaking off the top of my head. That's me listening to all these different little podcasts and stuff like that I find really interesting. You know what? Actually, if you're interested, I could dig that up. If you're interested in listening to that podcast, there's a couple of them recently. Give me a sec. So Iron Source. Let me see if I can find it here. So it's level up. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, so I got that one. Hang with me one sec here. Here it goes. Yeah. So these are the podcasts I was listening to. So these guys, so this is from Iron Source, which is my chosen weapon for my ad network, right? So Iron Source is going to be my ad mediation service, and they sent me this, and I was listening to all three of these, and they predominantly were focused on hyper casual games, which honestly I had not really even looked at myself, but it was an interesting thing to listen to. So let me see if I can get a link here for you. Yeah. So you can get it without the garbage attached to it. I hate all that stuff. Let's see. So does that still work? Good. So there you go. So these guys obviously know a ton more than I do. Well, just probably in general, but on the subject of hyper-casual games, these guys know a ton more, because I'm a total neophyte when it comes to hyper-casual stuff. Because I tend to look at games that are much more time-consuming in terms of, creation, that kind of stuff. But, I mean, it's a very popular genre right now. So, there you go. Toss that one out there as well. And then marketing. So all three of these talks, I think, were all of them were focused on hyper casual, which is exactly in your wheelhouse at the moment. So, yep, let me grab that one too. There you go. So the stuff I was just spouting pretty much came from those three talks right there. And so even though, and this is not something that these are lectures that are teaching you how to make hyper casual games or that, this is a lot more of the marketing and how these guys are competing in that market. So hopefully maybe just those little talks you can find something that can help you get the word out for your game, because like I said, I mean, what you have right now is very clean and polished, man. I like it. And yeah, if you want to toss a link down there to it, feel free, man. I have no problem with people promoting. I'm not exactly any kind of like yeah, I'm not a non-profit, so if you want to throw a link up there to your game, so anyone that watches the stream now or watches it later and wants to give it a try, because I've been giving it a thumbs up, so feel free to toss it up there, buddy. Okay, so let's come back to this. Is this guy? Yes. Right. So we start. That is perfect. And then it goes to here, and then we're going to switch over. And I'd appreciate that. I'm reading the articles right now. Oh, awesome. Cool. And yeah, fingers crossed, man. I hope there's something in there that you can pick up on that gives you some additional information. I like that. When I'm coding, I really can't listen too much, when I'm trying to program. But when I'm doing animation, oh yeah, here you go. Yeah, awesome. There it is. Boom. But when I'm doing animation, which I was, if you remember, I had that freelance animation work. I was listening to a ton of podcasts and stuff like that. And so I can actually tell you the exact thing. It's a weird kind of connection. When I was listening to those broadcasts, I could tell you the exact thing I was animating, which I can't tell you about yet because the TV show hasn't been released yet, but it should be coming out next month. So once it comes out, I'll talk more about that. But it's just kind of funny that I can tell you the exact thing I was working on while I was just animating away while listening to those talks. So yeah, so this is Devil Up's game, which is cute little. And this is a hyper casual, by the way, for anyone that's listening who doesn't know hyper casual. Traditionally, what that means is just some very clean, relatively simplistic graphics and equally simplistic gameplay that usually takes no form of instructions, right? And that's the nice thing about hyper casual is that just by looking at it, you kind of go, oh, I get it. If you do this, then you play the game, right? Whereas mine, I'm making you a 1 and 30-second trailer that does nothing but teach you all the crap that you have to do in my game. So my game is not hyper casual. Hyper casual means that you look at it and you go, oh, it's nice, almost like Flash, like, simple, clean lines and graphics. And just, I look at it and kind of go, oh, okay, I see exactly what the objective is here. But nice. You got some good starts with your reviews, so that's cool, man. That's very cool. Excuse me. So, I don't know if we talked about this, but are you also going to release it for Android as well? Or did you develop in Swift or something, so you're kind of limited to only iOS at this point? The reviews have been great, and that's a great sign, dude. And I mean, I haven't asked anyone to review. That's fantastic, dude. That is absolutely fantastic. And the Apple and yeah, you developed in Swift. Okay, yeah, so that's gonna be a challenge. But I know that Apple and Android are going to great lengths now to sniff out fake reviews these days. I've never done that. I've never asked for. I've never paid for any fake reviews. I've never tried that back when it was, done. But I know in this day and age, to me it's scary because number one, the reviews tend to be really crappy and they tend to be very copy, cut and paste, recognizable. But number two, you're in danger of getting your entire account banned, right? Which terrifies me. I mean, if I got shut down overnight, it's like the benefit of having a bunch of fake 5-star reviews gets completely outweighed by the sheer loss of having your account completely terminated. So, but no, that's awesome, dude. The fact that you've had 8 people jump up and just go boom, 5-star. That's a fantastic start. I mean, especially, dude, you only, you said you had like 80 or 90 downloads. Your review to download ratio, that's insane. That is a super high ratio. So, I mean, that alone, I think you should consider very encouraging, But, I mean, once again, you're in a tough category right now. Hyper casual is so popular, and there's just so many things that are coming out, But, the right person playing it, the right, on the right thing, it's, I don't know if we talked about too, what kind of marketing you're going to be doing. If it's just going to be strictly grassroots, or are you going to spend some cash to get the word out? I don't know what your game plan is on that. I could talk about what I'm doing too. My game plan's starting to come together a bit more, and it's not finalized, but I think I have a better understanding of how I'm going to try and promote the game. All right, so he's there. All right, so I cheat that out. So he jumps there. And then we go to that one. Okay, good. So, that's the iOS side. Let me start with the Android side. So I'm going to grab this guy, come over to Android over here, drop him back like so. I don't have the budget to compete with these big companies. They're willing to drop $3 per install. And yeah, no, I totally agree. Neither do I, man. I mean, my advertising budget is measured in, fractional pennies compared to what those guys can pay, But, so I'm going to come at it with a twofold kind of approach. For, I look at it as advertising and influencers. Those are the two key things these days. So for advertising, I'm probably going to be talking with Iron Source because they are my ad network to begin with. So hopefully it's going to be a combination of me ponying up some cash to them, but also hopefully using some of the revenue from ads that I get and turning that around and using that as payment for additional ads for my game. So I'm going to do some trials with that to figure out, if I can get some decent numbers. I have not done it before. All my stuff before has been grassroots, which is part of the reason why my games only do like that much sometimes. So I'm going to focus on that. And there's also a thing called Indie Boost. See if I can find this. So Indie Boost, which has been around for a while, and depending on who you ask, this is either a very cool feature or it's Satan spawn. So it depends on who you ask. But one of the things they're offering is one of these things that I swore I would never do, but I think it's kind of mandatory now, is this. I have this new dashboard. Let me see if I can get logged in. Should I look into partnerships with publishers like Ketchup? Yeah. I mean, if you want to look at publishers, there's no downside of reaching out to them. They're getting a lot more selective these days, and it could be hard, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with just sending it out there and say, hey, are you interested in this game? The first thing they're going to ask you is, what's your MAU, right? And what's your retention rate, and what's your key? Oh God, I can't. All the freaking acronyms, man. I can't keep them all straight. Key values, key indicators, Kias or something like that. I don't know. Kia Optimas, whatever it is. But so this is a new service that they just started about a month ago here on Indie Boost, which allows you to reach out to influencers, right? So the idea is that you could put your game up, and they have this cadre of influencers that come by, and this is the part where you're either going to love this or hate this, but the influencers will look at it and they'll say, yeah, I will play your game for X amount of money, right? And I mean, unfortunately, that's where we're at now. The days of just putting your game out there and influencers, finding it and playing it, just because they want to, unfortunately, are gone. And I always vowed that I would never do this. But I don't look at this as like getting a paid review per se, right? This isn't like, this is kind of different because you have the influencers that have a built-in audience, right? Jispo, hey, what up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you again, Jispo. Welcome. How goes it, man? Let's see. Last time I saw you were working on the robot with the sound effects, right? You're plowing through that. How are things, buddy? So, doing well. Cool. Yeah, so I just got a little distracted here. I'm working on the gameplay trailer. But we started getting into the discussion of how to promote the game once it's out the door. Devel Up has a nice little hyper-casual game, which here, I'll throw it up here again. This is Devel Up's game that he just put out just a few days ago, and he's only got a handful of downloads so far, as he mentioned, but the impressive thing, which I consider this as good, for the number of people that's downloaded, 8 of them, unsolicited, have already come back and given him reviews, right, which I think is just a fantastic thing. But we're just getting a discussion of how do you compete, how do you advertise, how do you get the game out there. So, but I don't know if I know that you still got a ways to go, of course, but I don't know if you already started thinking about how you're going to approach getting the word out, and that's what we're talking about. So I was saying that I look at it as twofold. Number one, advertising, which I may do through Iron Source, which is primarily handling all of my ad stuff, right? Since they're doing my in-game ads, I might use them to promote the game on other games, right? And hopefully some of the ad revenue I get from that I can turn around and reinvest into ads for the game. I've dipped my toes into stuff about marketing, haven't gotten super far yet. Yeah. And this is something that I've always failed in, right? When I started a decade ago doing this stuff, you just put the game out there and it just went, right? And unfortunately, I've been a bit of a Luddite and I've not caught up with the times, and I'm trying to be better at this go around. From what I heard, you need to spend 30% of your budget on marketing. Yes, yeah, or, you have to, they always say, I love this, they say build an audience, right? If you just build an audience, they will do the work for you. So if you just get yourself, 1 million fans, then you got yourself a juggernaut hit. It's like, yeah, bite me. Anyone that says you just got to get a fan base has no idea what they're talking about. That's so much easier said than done. We're trying. I know that you do it like I do it. You do the streaming as a way of reaching out, but I don't spend time as much as I should on social engineering with the social network stuff, right? I'm doing this where I'm being sociable, but I'm also trying to work at the same time, in spite of the fact that I'm running my mouth too much here. But, I think it's so much more challenging than just, building a fan base, right? Which I wish I could, I'm trying that, but I think you got to do so much more. Hey, that blind archer, what up, man? It's like saying you just got to get a girlfriend to get out of loneliness. Exactly, and she doesn't have to be a 10, you can settle for like a solid 8.5 to a 9, but yeah, you just get yourself a hot girlfriend. But by the way, that blind archer, welcome, buddy. Welcome. Thanks for coming by. But that's so true, that's like the classic number 1, come up with an idea. Number 2, make the idea. Number 3, profit. Pick one of the girlfriend's store. Yeah, in my case, it was actually jury duty. That's how I picked up my last girlfriend, was in jury duty. She was a juror, and she got me cleared of my charges. No, I'm kidding. No, actually, my last girlfriend I met in jury duty, and so I picked mine in Overwatch. That's dangerous because you hope that's actually a woman. Cheaper than a significant other. Jisbo, that is so true. But no, true story. Actually, so the funny thing about, and this is when I was living in LA, the way they find a jury in LA is that they put you on the stand and they ask you like 30 million questions, right? And there was one woman up there that was like, they started asking all these questions, and I'm like, oh, I'm a perfect fit for her, right? And long story short, she and I have been married for, what, 14 years now? Where are we at? 5, yeah. So, for me, it was jury duty. That was my weapon of choice. I didn't have to go to the girlfriend store, at least not that time. Besides, the girlfriend store in LA is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So anyways, what the other thing I was talking about too is I'm just starting to look into this. This is Indie Boost. They offer this service that allows you to connect with influencers, right? So you put your game up there, they reach out to the influencers, and the influencers look at it and they go, yeah, I'd be willing to, that looks like a fun game, and it's a good fit for me. So this is kind of an interesting concept, right? Where traditionally you have to like berate all the influencers and say, ooh, check out my game. You gotta play my game. Come on, man. Are you playing my game yet? Play my game. Whereas this one, it's sort of like, one of those speed dating kind of things, right? Where you're putting your game up there and the influencers are coming to it and they're getting a quick run through of all the choices there. And if they like it, then they'll come back and they say, okay, hey man, this is a cool game. I'll play it, and then this is what I want for finances, right? I want to, I have a big audience and this is what it costs to have me play the game for X amount of time. And if you may look at it and kind of go, yeah, no, that's too much money. Or you could look at it and kind of go, well, you have a good fan base and the people that play the games you play are my kind of game, so that might actually be worth it. But yeah, jury duty. Yeah, true story. Very true story. We actually live not that far from each other and are a year together. Oh, congrats, man. But, congrats twofold. Number one, that you've been together for a year. Number two, that you actually found someone playing Overwatch that actually lives nearby. Overwatch is not exactly a local game, right? This is worldwide. The odds of that alone are pretty impressive. I think it's the first person I've heard to have a positive story about jury duty. Oh, it still sucked. I had to take time off from work at the time. It was luck. Yeah, total luck, man. That's like play the lottery kind of luck, But that's cool, man. That's a fantastic story as well. But yeah, so that was actually last time. Knock on wood, man. It's the last time I got called into jury duty. He's like, we can't get this guy in here. He keeps getting married every time he comes in for jury duty. So, but anyway, so this is what I'm going to look at this as twofold. So I look at it as trying to do advertising if the numbers work out, right? And I'm going to test it. I'll test some Facebook ads as well, right? I'll just invest a little bit and just try and see what numbers show up and see if it's worth the investment to expand on that, or if it just looks like, I'm paying a ton of money and getting nothing in terms of downloads. Then I'll know, right? The same for, Iron Source, to find out what kind of downloads I can get off of that, and to see if, buying an influencer's time is a worthwhile investment. So that's the game plan. Excuse me. I rolled in on Heelys and wearing a Lawbreakers hoodie, and I was still selected for jury duty. Instagram advertising. I'm curious about that. I've not touched Instagram. Excuse me. I know that makes me old, but I'm old. So I would love to hear if you start going that route. I would love to hear. I think So those videos, the audio blogs that I just posted for you, I think they do talk about some Instagram advertising in there at some point too. So that should be a good thing to check out. But all right, so I got this, but I tell you what, let's see, got him in the right place. So I'm going to set this up for an export, and then I'm going to do myself a little quick restroom break, I think. so you guys can watch the export happening while I run off to the restroom. I don't want to spend I don't want to spend money on Facebook or Instagram because I pretty much hate that company, but I feel like it might be necessary evil. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things you have to, like, hold your nose and take the medicine, because that's like saying that I hate Steam, I'm not going to do Steam, but that's still your best viable choice, right? I mean, yeah, you have Epic, you have Discord, you have a couple of other avenues, but it still is not the juggernaut that is Steam, so it's one of those things that you just have to kind of decide, is it worth it? Is it worth just swallowing it and just kind of going, fine, I'll do it. Alright, so that one's good, so let me go ahead and set this up for export, and then I'm going to duck out for a quick second. So let's switch back to export. Temp, comp, Android. And out, clean out the old one. And then this should be D, correct? C, D. I'll call this Android screen, like so. Select folder, and that should be good. And it's 3 seconds, 3:13. And I'm going to kick this off, and I'm going to run off to the restroom. Be right back. Hang tight, guys. And I'm back. Alright, what'd I miss? That's shocking. I sent my first push notification today saying something along the lines of tap here to earn 50 stars. I was the only one that opened it. Yeah, sent it to 86 devices. Well, I mean, give it time too. To be honest, that's kind of the first thing I do. I hate to say this, the first thing I do when I download an app is I immediately go into settings, notifications, off. Primarily just because I think most games abuse the crud out of it. I mean, most of them just have like absolute, like daily barrages, right? And I understand the hard sell is what works, but I hate it. And I don't use that myself. I have it set up for my game where when you start the game up, it'll come up with a notification if there's something, like, hey, this weekend, or, hey, free coins for you, that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I hate to say it, man. I nuke all notifications from any game, most apps that I download, But that's just me. But I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. But give it a little time, Maybe it's one of those things that people will get around to it. Hopefully. But yeah, that is a frustrating kind of thing for you, I'm sure. Alright, so let me come back in here. Let me save that. Let me go open. So now we go D. Boom. Firebase may not have updated yet. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So then there's still some hope there. Alright. Wait. That's not correct. Crud. Alright, let me check where I am here. Oh, it is the second half of C, isn't it? Let me double check this. Yeah. This is the second half of C. Bingo. Alright, so this is correct. So, tell you what, I'm going to borrow Android screen. I'm going to save this as C. Good. This Android screen, second half is when we come out of the spin and it changes the video. We'll save that. I'll have to take a walk and actually physically move for a bit before I start developing for today. All right, man. Jispo, thanks for coming by, buddy. And good luck with your game. It's looking really pretty. Jealous. I like the gameplay in there. But, all right, buddy. I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so, oh. We're dealing with Android, so let me go ahead and version up this screen. I'll say, okay, so it's 20, so let's go. No, it's replace. I should have done save as. Oh well, I'll do it this way. Copy paste. Whoops. Copy paste. There it goes. All right. Refresh. Select him. Switch it out. So 21, so now I can actually change the image on it. Ooh, okay, so, oh, but I did image sequence. So let me go replace, and I'm in the wrong place here. Gameplay, renders, 8. They called it D? 229, I did. Okay, that's wrong. Man, my naming is completely messed up. If I ever have to revisit this, I'm gonna be just pulling my hair out. My naming is just like all back and forth. 8D and C and oh. Alright, which means I have to get this right from the first time and never revisit this ever again. Alright, so what we're doing here is we don't care about that part. We care about after it spins the rest of the way. That part. So we need him to begin. Okay, it is sequence and it's going to begin at frame 17. Alright. So then 17102, so that should put it at 120. That's going to be too far, but at least I know for sure it's working. So it comes out there and does his bit. Yeah. Cool. Hit F9, it should be just him by himself. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. So, save. Set. Let's see. Oh. So we're going to start at frame 17. That's when we start seeing the screen there. And it goes to 120. And kick it out. Screen motion. Second half. That's good. And that should be all we need. So hit F10 and it'll render away. What do we got? 2 minutes. That's not too bad. So yeah, I'm excited and completely freaked out and trepidatious about the whole marketing stuff. I mean, because there is literally a million ways you can go with trying to get a game out and getting the word out for the game. And what is the perfect solution? I have no clue. I mean, obviously the best way is to have a massive user base. I do have a mailing list, which I've neglected. I have not sent out a newsletter for months, but and even that is just it's a small number of people, right? It's a super small number of people, but and then I mean I don't know if you guys are big on using Twitter. I've been terrible about Twitter. Even my Facebook, I've been kind of bad about that. But Discord, I have it, but I'm not good about initiating conversations, which I know is on a Discord channel. I know you need to be better about that. If you want people to talk, you gotta usually start the conversation, right? So basically what I'm saying is that I am doing, if there's a list of all the stuff to do wrong in terms of social marketing and engineering for your game success, I'm pretty much doing all of it wrong. So I'm doing everything in my power to mess it up. Excuse me. Choking up. But we'll see. I think I'm kind of steering clear of the idea. I think I talked about it before. I didn't know if I wanted to pursue the idea of doing a soft launch, you know, testing the waters in Australia, or just releasing the game outright. The benefit of a soft launch is that you can test market some of your ad campaigns on a smaller financial scale, but you know, I don't know if it's really worth it. I mean, the other benefit too is to release a game and get initial feedback and look for bugs and that kind of stuff, but that's kind of what I've been doing for the last, you know, several months now anyways. So I'm feeling pretty confident that the game is relatively rock solid. I'm sure I've missed stuff and it'll get pointed out, but I don't think it's anything that's like breaks the gameplay. So I think it may be worth it just to do a release to the public. Just do the whole worldwide release right from the get-go, rather than do, because, you know, I think I mentioned before, if you do a soft launch release, then you lose your opportunity to get listed in the new category for Google Play and iOS, because once you do the official release, you're no longer considered new, right? So the opportunity just to get featured on the new page goes away if you do a soft launch. As far as I know, that's still the case. It was a while back, and I'm assuming they haven't changed that. You know, so to me that kind of discourages the idea of doing a soft launch. You know, and I'm not gonna spend as much time and effort to do A/B testing on ad network stuff to find out what the perfect ad thing is. So, you know, I think what I'm saying out loud is just, yeah, for me, I just don't see the major benefits of doing a soft launch. I'd love to have the conversation with someone that's a big proponent of it. You know, explain to me why they think I'm wrong, which could be the case. Time will tell. All right, so that is Android side. So let's get Android imported in. See, yeah. Second half. And then he should be happening. Let's see. That's iOS down there, and then we got Android up here. Yes, nope. Sorry, Android's down here below. So it should be this guy. Alright, yep. Let me color code him. Whoops. Tomato. Whoa! Why is it freezing there? Goofy. Alright, so this... He's not doing anything, so then... Oh, he's up here, isn't he? Wait. Yeah. He's this one. Alright, I'm going to turn him off temporarily. And trust in the fact that I didn't screw up the render. What is this one? Oh, okay, that's old, so I'm going to kill him. I don't need him anymore. That's all correct. That goes away. Then we come into this one, and I need to switch him. Oh, is it 57.3? Was that it? Let me see if that's right. Nope. Oh, negative. Hey! Still a little gap there. Okay, so maybe it wasn't that. It was 54.7. Oops. So much for the photographic memory. Alright. But that should be good. He looks locked in. Cool. And then that goes to there. And then that's the second part. guess I can knock that out right now. It's this guy. Alright, so let's come back in here. Yep, that's all good. Alright. Yeah, these are the kind of things you definitely want to have, like, a fleet of interns. Just, like, say, yeah, cut this out, move this over here, paste it, lather, rinse, repeat. But I am my own intern, so just me. Okay, that's good. And let's see. And this goes into, so this should be part of D. This truly would be D. But I've screwed up my naming convention so badly that I've probably already called something that. Did that break? Nope. Okay. So let's get him exported out. And he's D. I could rename that, but that's just gonna. So that should be a C. I totally screwed that. It should be 08C underscore Android screen second half. But if I name that, if I rename it now, that's gonna break it when I reload it in the comp. So, or maybe not. Maybe that'll just break the lightweight version. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with it. I'll just O2 it. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. Alright, that's cooking. You know what? Actually, I guess I could have done a frozen screen there, couldn't I? I mean, it's just a still image. I guess the water moves in the background, so not that anyone's going to notice it since it's going to be turning, but let's see. So we got boom. That one. Right. So then D. Okay, wait. Is that correct? Yes, good. Okay, that is where they exit. Exit, stage left. Good, so that is correct one. Good. Alright. So this one I'm going to have to do some tinkering with to get the screen in the right place. I have to do this stupid... because the scaling is all wonky, I have to put like a go-between. You'll see. But once again, this is just because I was rushing, you know, and not really giving it too much forethought. But we'll say Android. This would be Android screen for D. Alright. So then the first thing we'll do is add a null, or if you're a Maya user, locator. Don't know why I care about spelling. Shouldn't care. Okay, so let's grab that little null and put him in the right spot. Zero out all his values, like so. Zero those out, and then I'm gonna borrow what the proper value is from one of these other guys. Screen placer. Alright. Yeah, you see the null moving its position here. So these are just to get the screen perfectly in the right spot. Just because I did it the wrong way when I generated the screen in the first place. Ideally, you want to have the screen just load up and snap into place right from the get-go. But because I was kind of doing it haphazardly, so I have to do this offset. And then scale is 1.018. 18. Like so. And then we're going to turn him off because he's humongous. Hidden. There. So now... So all these are all the separate Android screens. For every time it cuts to a different image sequence, I have to do a new version. But we're almost done with these guys. 22. Yeah. Alright. Now we take that screen, parent it to that little offset positioner, and let's go ahead and reset all this. Right? Oops. Okay, and the scale should be 0.015. Boom. There it is. Finally, snapped into place. Wasn't that easy? But this is, I mean, I'm demonstrating why this stupid trailer has taken me so long to produce in the first place. Let's see, do I want to offset that? I could. Like that. Let's see how that looks in the first frame. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I can't do that because I've already established it in the other shot. If I reposition it now, that's gonna pop. So I have to leave it as is. All right. So now we need to swap out the. Swap out the image sequence. Let's go back into renders, 8, and then we truly go to 8D with our stupid naming convention, Android screen 02. There it is. For what is in essence just a held image anyways. Such a waste. Alright, so we go to 0 to 12. Alright. Hit F9. All we should see should be the screen. That's good. Oh, but I got all the fancy rendering set up, so let me turn that off. So, oops. So let's go into global illumination, turn off that, turn off that reflective gray dome, which we no longer need. Background, turn that off. So now when I hit F9, we should just get a black background. Perfect. Yep, and it's all clean. Yep, exactly. Okay, so let's set our range. We're 0 to 12. And set our output, and then we're good to go. 80, Android screen. I'm laughing at my bad naming convention. Motion. Save. F10. Go. Good. Alright. Time to fill up the glass. We got a break in the action. Oh, 16 seconds. Uh-oh. I gotta fill this up fast. Hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Uh-oh. It's gonna be done before me. Hey, look at that. It's a tie. Okay. Much better. Alright, so we'll bounce back over here. And let's import that bad boy. Yeah, look at all the renders I've got now. I mean, this gives you a sense of all the crud that I've had to render out separately. This is why it's taken me days. I mean, there's ways, in hindsight, there's ways I could have expedited the process, but I would have to have had everything planned out to the frame perfectly. And that would also kind of lock me in, because if I want to make adjustments, this is much more modular, so it's easier for me to scale things up and down. So I get the benefit of dynamically being able to change the edit a little bit. But the downside is it's just the setup for the renders just takes so much longer. But we're in the home stretch now, so now I can just kind of relax and laugh about it. Excuse me. Alright, so where's this guy going to live? This is iPad, so let's come down here to our Android section. And he's going to pop in right there, right? Yes. Whoa, why is that not? Yeah, he goes right there. Yep. So that's good. It just pops up because we need to do the offset like we did on the other guys. Color code him as tomato. It's red. It's light red. Come on. Tomato. That's goofy. 54.7. So, position. Negative 54.7. Done, and he locks into place nicely. Alright. So, I'm going to consider that good, which means that my reference video can go bye-bye. There he is. He's toast. Good. Alright, double check, make sure this plays nicely. Really? I just want to deselect everybody. Really? He's not going to let me deselect? You're obnoxious. Really? Okay, fine. Ooh, there's a pop there. Check that out. Oh, I'm a frame behind, aren't I? Uh-oh. That's not good. Alright, so it locks in there. Oh, I'm grabbing the wrong thing. Oh, that's it. So that's why. Oh, nope, wait. There it is. Alright. Yeah, I just had an extra render frame there that just threw off the timing there, but that's all better. And he was out of frame. Good. Control S. Now we just gotta do the iOS, and we're done with all this crud. Finally. Last one, so we just gotta get this thing rendered out. Which, can I select him? Yeah, let me select him. Hey, he did. Usually when I try and select it, it just goes to something completely different. Good. That's actually what I want, right there. Let's see. So the motion actually starts... Okay, good. That is the correct one. And it's this guy? Yes. Bingo. We're all good. So let's come back in here. And let's render this out. Alright, I'm going to use it as a template because I got to do some adjustments here, I think. So first things first. Zero him out. Why did I do it prime? Okay. Transform. 108, negative 41.3. 108. Oh, because I'm putting the wrong stupid thing, aren't I? Jeez. Not paying attention. That's my mistake. Let me just undo all this crud. There. It helps when I go to the right tab. Wow, it lost my copy paste. Okay. So, try this again. Copy, temp comp. That's weird. How do you even have that one up in the first place? Alright. This is one I'm going to mimic. So it's just 101. Zero him out, go 101, and he snaps in nicely. This guy we can make go away. Alright, get the full range here. Boop. Good, that's all we need. So let's export this image sequence out. It's this guy. So this would be section 08D underscore, and this is iOS screen. Like that. 14 frames. Yep. And go. Yeah, it's gonna be really fast. 14. And done. So let's switch back over to Lightwave and import this in. Alright. Make a new version of the iPad screen. Like so. So I can repoint the image sequence and not have it break on me. Oops. Parent that. Good. And we'll zero him out. Ugh. My finger's getting away from me there. There he goes. Okay, so 0, 0, and then this is 180, and he snaps into place. Good. And once again, we don't care that it's cutting through the tablet because all we're going to render is... Wow. And Lightwave goes bye-bye. Lightwave has left the building. Alright, so it's section 8D Android screen. Let's reload. No, I'm not going to send. I'm using 2015. They don't care about 2015 notes now. If I sent them a bug report for 2015, they'd say, yeah, use 2019. Yeah, I haven't upgraded for 4 years, I know. But the stuff I'm doing is so simple that I haven't had a major reason for upgrading. Alright, that was the scene. So let's try this again, shall we? Okay. Oh, you know what? I probably lost my little keyboard shortcut, didn't I? Go to previous frame. No, that's good. That's actually correct. Good. Sorry, I got an itchy nose there. Alright. So let's load in the iPad screen again. And parent him. Turn that off, turn that off. Save the scene as iOS screen. Good. Alright, and we'll zero him out again. 180. Good. And scale, I think I was actually scaling them up. Let me double check that's what I was doing here. There's a previous scene that I'm using as a reference. Nope, scale is just 1. Okay. So, now if I hit F9, it's rendering both screens. Let me turn that off. There. Now we should just render it. There he goes. Good. So now we're just rendering the iOS screen. And let's figure out what our range is. Oh, we got to point it to the right footage, don't we? That might help too. So we're going to replace this. D. Android screen. Done. There it is. Good. And this is in sequence. Starts at 0, 0, goes to 13. Yep. And it's, oops, it's out. Alright, I'll render 14, although it's just going to be a black frame. But, yeah, why not? So, double check one more time. That's good. Alright, so let's set render. Let's set our frame range, which will be 0 to 14. Set our output, which will be screen motion. iOS screen motion. And F10. There it goes. Yeah, this is gonna be really fast too. Like under half a minute? Good. So I think this might be the last thing I have to do the render on. Oh, maybe on the final screen. I want to do like one more, but then because they're just gonna pop up, I may just drop something in. So this might be the last thing I have to render in Lightwave. This whole convoluted process. Unless I broke something. Okay. So, Control S. I've not saved lately. And HitFilm doesn't have an autosave as far as I know. Alright, so let's load up that one. Renders. Import media image sequence. T. Uh-oh. Screen motion? No. Uh-oh, where did I save it to? Uh-oh, that's bad. T-screen. Where'd he go? Okay. Screen motion. So why did it not see that? Renders. Import image sequence. Oh, that's weird. It's like it didn't display it a second ago. You guys, you saw that, right? Okay. Quirk. Alright, so we'll drop this on top like so. And we need to do the offset, which would be what I said it was. Wait, is it really that bad? No, 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 no. Wait, why am I missing something here now? Okay, have that. This is kind of funny. I just noticed that. So this is, since this is my beta, I have the big old send feedback button right there in the middle of the screen. I thought about it. It's like, you know what? I could clean it up if I wanted to, but yeah. So that is a relic of the beta test version. But what I'm more concerned about is why do I not see that? I thought I had that loaded in, didn't I? Alright, so all that's loaded. That one. So it's, yeah, we're in the right sequence here. Challenge match. Alright. So there's that. Okay. iPad. I swear I rendered it out, didn't I? Did I just not load it in? I'm losing my mind now. Alright, let's image sequence. So it'd be 8C. iPad screen motion. Right. iPad screen motion. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so I that's strange. I thought I rendered that out, but apparently I didn't. Okay. I will not question, I will just accept. It's this guy. So we have that. It's in the wrong place, but we have that. So let me put him in since he's there. Alright. Yeah, this is... I can't select the right thing at all. How is screen motion? Oh, that is the right one. That's weird that it shows the bounding box like the whole frame size. I guess that's technically correct because it is just alpha'd. So, alright, so let me move him down to the proper spot. That's part of the confusion just because he's in the wrong area in the comp. Like that. Alright, so that's iOS, iPad. Yeah, that's strange. I don't know how I did that, but... Okay. So, negative 74.3. Turn him off temporarily. Both of them. There. Boom. Okay, so he's in place. So I guess I have one more to render. And then I'm done. So that's strange. I thought this when I went on my little restroom break. I thought I had that section rendered, but maybe I just didn't kick it off or something. No big deal. We'll kick it out right now. Alright. Oops. So it's these two guys, right? Comes in there. Goes like that. Copy. Alright, back to here. Alright. Yeah, really peculiar. I swear I did this before. Oh, let me fix the positioning on this. I've done that before, where I've rendered it out and realized that I didn't reposition it. 0, 100, and we're good. Alright. Export. Now what do I call this? Since I've completely messed up all the naming conventions. Yeah. 313. I swear I did this. I swear I rendered this out somewhere. iPad as screen. Second part, why not? Actually, I'm just curious. Okay, let me just come back in here and... Yeah, that's that part. Okay. Select folder, and let's just do it. Not sure where it went wrong, but that's fine. So this would be the last thing I have to kick out. In the meantime, I can come back over here. so that's that. Now my screen. Alright, so it's before that guy, so it would be second half. No. Alright, so it's that part. Alright, screen. I'll just call it first half. Yeah, this got completely out of hand, but we'll still make it work. Excuse me. Okay, so first frame is going to be 17. And then we'll let that slide for this. Let's say it was 100. Oops. Okay. So, oh, let me turn off some stuff that we don't need to render now. So, no Android tablet, no iPad, we just want the screen. I'm going to make a new one just to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes. Oh, what a mess. Okay. Parent him. Oops, wrong way. Screen gets parented to the iPad. There it goes. Okay. Zero one. Oops. 180. And that's good. All right. Okay. So let's turn off the bells and whistles. We don't need global illumination. We don't need global illumination for just the screen. And we'll turn off that backdrop, since we don't need that to help light it. And we got that. Good. Alright. So let's get the right image sequence in there. Let's see, I call it C. 312. Screen motion. Must be this guy. Yeah. Alright, so he's 0 and sequence 0102. So we start at. Whoa. Start at frame 21. Drop this one at 21, and 102, so that'd be 123 or 124, just to go over, just to make sure. Yep. Okay. And let's set our output, and we're good to go. Even that's wrong. Okay. I'll just go export. The wheels have completely come off on my naming convention. I'm going to curse me if I have to revisit this. Okay, so we start at frame 21 and we go to 124. And it goes. Alright. Alright, this is going to be 2 minutes, so I'm going to let that render, and I'll be right back. Hang tight, guys. Alright, we got about 1.5 minutes left for this render. Yet another opportunity to fill up the cup again. Alright, so I know I jinxed myself last time, but I'll say it again. I think this is the last thing I have to render out for image sequence. Then after that, I'm going to do a whole thing where I show, like, cross-platform play. And that one I'm just going to use a still image so I can just place it and be done with it. So it's going to take a while to get it set up, but once it's set up, I'll be able to cut between it pretty easily. Excuse me. Alright. 30 seconds left. Here we go. Excuse me. Alright. I guess I could show the progress on the gameplay trailer. I guess I could fire up the current version I have, which has a lot that's broken in it, including the audio, so I've been like minimizing that, but I could show at least where I'm at. So I'll tell you what, I'll do that. In case there's anyone that came along that has not seen it yet. Excuse me. So, there is audio, but it's kind of broken, so I'm going to mute that. Just for the time being. So, let me hit rewind here. Alright. Start this over. Alright, so, gameplay trailer. So, the key point here is just to try and explain all the stuff that the game does. Give a quick introduction. Demonstrate the gameplay, kind of hit the highlights of what the more fun elements of it are. Let's see. We got this bit. Okay, so this text is correct. I still got to correct one of the texts that pops up at the top of the screen. I'll come back to that pretty soon. Yeah, this one. Keep an eye out for pop-ups. I want that to be at the bottom of the screen, not the top. Show the new villagers you can unlock and the different launchers you can unlock. And there's the level editor. There you go. And that's where I'm at right now. You guys have been watching me put all that together, which is almost done. So let's come back in here. Import that. Excuse me. Alright. So I think I called that D, didn't I? Let me check what I just named that. There we go. Okay. So, if we did this right, it should drop in right here. iPad. Oops. Okay, yeah, I think it is right. It's just the offset. I gotta add that offset to it. Then we should be okay. Negative 74.3. Alright. Ooh. Oh, it might be off a frame here. Let's see. Alright, let me get this out of the way. No. This guy. Alright. Alright. Wow. Okay, why is that totally wrong? I mean, that, like, not even close. Did I just grab the wrong thing and render it? Alright, that's driving me nuts. Alright, not you. I want you. No. How could I be selecting something that's hidden? That's annoying. This guy. Alright. So it is 8C. That is correct. And this was 8C. Come on. It's bizarre. Why is it so far off? That's a mystery. Alright, something got turned here for sure. Okay, let's go back. Save. Let's go back to... Let me just load up the Android version. Alright, so that's where they come together. Alright, so that's the correct one. That's C. Huh, okay. I obviously got something completely out of alignment, but that's fine. We'll just borrow this guy. Strange, but we'll just roll with it. Place 80. So it should start on frame 17. And let's see, where does it go to? Image editor is 102, 17, so that's, yeah, 120 is more than sufficient, so 120. We start at 17. Okay. Yeah, so the only thing I can think of is that when I was doing the versions, I somehow like grabbed the tablet and did an offset or something to it to make it inconsistent. So that's annoying, but no big deal. Just got to render one more time. It knows that this is the last thing I have to do, so it's just trying to drag it out, try and make it obnoxiously wrong. Okay, so let me just overwrite that folder. So it'd be this guy. Like that. Oh, you jerk! Again. It's just, yeah. My computer's plotting against me. It does not want me to finish this. It knows this is the last I have to work on. And I didn't hit save there before, did I? Jerk. Alright, so C, just do it by date. Second half, iOS screen. Really? Wait, I lost all of that? Wow, I lost all of that. Well, that just sucks. Turn him off. Reparent. I mean, it does look like it's plotting against me, doesn't it? When computers go bad. Well, that's good. At least I got the, you know, the image sequence is correct. So that's still correct. So that's at least one saving grace. So Control S again. So what did I say that was? 17 to basically 120. And then we're good. 17, yeah. But, oh, we need to start at 21 or 17. Nice try. Start frame 17. Okay. Let's go back and render. 17 to 120, that's good. Save yet again. Make sure that nope, we're still rendering the Android screen, which we don't want that. Turn him off. Save. F9. And now we're golden. Okay. There. That was obnoxious. But that literally should be the last thing. So. Yep. See, it's already snapping in place. There we go. See, like I always say, 12th time is the charm. Good. That's kind of cool when it just updates the frames and just automatically snaps into place. I like that. Cool. We get some mid-map stuff happen here. You can see how it just softens the crap out of that. Yeah. That's fine. I thought about if I was going to render it with motion blur when the screens are moving around, but I figured I'm not doing that for the titles, so I just left that off. Okay. So what we got? We got 2 minutes. So, what are we going to talk about? Netflix. Talk about that. Why not? So, I was watching, Netflix has a new series on there called Pine Gap, which is interesting. So it's based on a real facility, I guess, that's in Australia. It's a listening center. And I'll bomb you guys while I'm waiting. And so it's a Netflix series that's kind of like a fictional story that shows like the partnership between Australia and the U.S. and sort of like a Tom Clancy kind of thing, but watched the first couple episodes and I was really getting into it. So I told my parents about it, you know, and then my mom emailed me back late last night and just said, yeah, we just finished it. So, it's good to be retired. So yeah, I guess that means they liked it, you know. Told them about it and then they turned around and watched the entire series in one day. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, it's hard to believe that you can have a bunch of people sitting around a room with headsets on chatting and still make it suspenseful, but I think they actually do a pretty good job. And for me, Netflix has been completely hit or miss. You know, some of the shows they put on there have just been fantastic, and some of them, yeah, I make it like through part of one episode, and I go, yeah, I'm out. I just burned through, what was The Umbrella Academy? For me, that one was hit and miss. I thought there's some fun moments in Umbrella Academy, but there's a lot of stuff just felt like they were just kind of filling space, man. It's like they had 4 episodes worth of content, but they got contractually obligated to do what was like 10 episode series. So it's kind of like, maybe we just have them sit here and just pontificate for a while. Yeah. Wanted to enjoy it, but nah. But I'm pretty choosy. I miss the old rating system where you could really tell Netflix what you thought, you know. I mean, to me, this and this is limiting, right? You know, that's what Netflix has now. I mean, sometimes I want this, you know? It's kind of like, you know, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but I wouldn't say, oh my god, steer clear of it, you know? That, to me, that's a this review, you know? But, I mean, I find myself not reviewing a bunch of stuff on Netflix because it's like, I didn't like it, so I don't want to give it this, but then I also don't want to say it sucked completely, you know? It was just kind of meh. I want meh. I want a meh rating on Netflix. You know, give me something a little bit in between. Alright, and we're done. So, let's bounce back, and hopefully now this is all golden. Let's see. Come on. Why did you freeze on me? Oh. Because I'm using the wrong keys. Remember I was talking about earlier? I'm trying to use the left and right, which is light wave, and I forgot I'm back in hit film, so I'm using the wrong stuff. Wrong keyboard shortcuts. Okay, he's a little off, but I think if I can cheat him over this way, maybe I can get away with it. Let's see. Bump him up. I'm trying to bump him up. Okay. Good. Alright, he's fitting into place. He's doing that bit. should go off screen. All right, let me get this guy out of the way. And I might be done, at least with this section finally. Wait, didn't I just turn you off? Oh, that's the other one? Okay. So let's make sure there's no... Whoa. Okay. What happened here? This thing is determined not to let me finish, isn't it? Motion. So, I guess I overwrote that. Alright. Crud. I thought I was done. Yeah, okay, that's what... I guess I... Wow, I really put that in the wrong spot. So I just need that little sequence there, which I had before. It's this guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's this guy. Okay, so then how did he go wrong? Oh, okay, that got completely overwritten. Motion export. Yeah, this is totally biting me with my bad naming conventions. But we'll just render this one back out again and call it a new folder and be done with it. Alright, output just 0 to 6. Go. In the meantime, let you guys catch some more bombs. Everyone flies. I think I mentioned this before, but let's see, is it Avatar? Yeah, there you go. So, I got the Rick and Morty thing going on there. So if you want to change the Rick and Morty character, just exclamation point, Avatar, and they'll allow you to change to a Rick and Morty character. I'm pacing myself. I'm watching Rick and Morty for the first time on Hulu, and I keep trying to pace it out because I know I'm like running out of episodes, and it's gonna be another 20 years before they make a new season. So I gotta wait. Savor them. Okay. So he's good. So let's come back in here and we will import this in here. Weird. Sequence. C. All right, and we'll drop him right here. And we'll just borrow his 2.5, 74.3. And what did I say that was? 101? No. 100.5. Ooh, negative, not positive. And there he is. Good. Alright. I broke it, but it was a simple fix. Okay. And then Finally. Done. Good. This is where we version up. Quickly. Okay. So that's all good. Oh, I was gonna fix while I'm doing this. So that one's good. That. We want to fix this guy. Oh, wait. Where is it? Oh, there he is. Alright. Can I select him? Hey! It actually worked that time. Okay. Position 484. It's like 484 the whole time. Alright. Oh, until the very end. Because he goes up. Let's see, call it 8. So negative 488. Alright, so he comes right after it. That's good. I like that. And then I need to make him go down because right now he's going to go up. That's the wrong direction. So if you go negative like that, and you should just go flies away. That was an easy fix. Alright. So the background there is good. That's all turned off. Good. And then he comes in like that. This is section 8. Yep, and then we get into the cross-platform play stuff. Hey, Pusuvi, it looks like it took a long time. It did. I was trying to be fancy, and I was trying to do the stuff with like, the tablets come in 3D, right, and have all the rotation. Unfortunately, I'm using HitFilm, which it has a 3D feature, but it's not really ready for prime time, so I had to take anything that was moving and export it out into a 3D program that I use called Lightwave. So I had to go over to Lightwave, render it out, and then come back in, put in the edit, and figure out what sequence to use, and then take this sequence, kick it out, and render that back out and superimpose it. So, yeah. In hindsight, I definitely should have just had the little things go like this. If I would have just made it move in, no 3D, just stick with 2D. It would have gone a lot faster. But we got through all this stuff, so. Actually, this is an older version, if you want to see. So this is kind of what it looks like. There's some glitches in here, but it gives you a sense of what it looks like in motion. Putzi Hoovy Pow. How's it going, by the way? Welcome, man. Welcome. So, gameplay trailer demonstrate Volley Village, this game that I've been working on for way too long. It's a online cross-platform multiplayer game. It's going to come out for iOS and Android, and then later... Nice. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, initially, it'll be mobile, and then I'll focus on doing desktop version as well. It'll be free to play. There you go. And then I have like these power-ups that come up. Speed up, you hit that, guys go faster. Fog Bank. This one's pretty self-evident. And then the sleeping one. This one's kind of cool. It puts your opponents to sleep. They just get knocked out. So then they're helpless for that time frame. We can unlock new villagers, which is basically cosmetic. It doesn't really change the gameplay. This is all about cosmetic stuff. So I like a game that just plays across the board the same. And then you can play it like that. There you go. And then this is where I'd gotten, but this is all done now. I just haven't rendered out a new version yet. But, so there you go. I got that, and then I wanted, so here's a level editor, demonstrate that. And then now we get to the point where I want to show the cross-platform play stuff. So let me come back into 8. Guess I could have done this as a separate comp, but it's already all loaded in here, so I'll leave it as is. So yeah, so I got like iOS, Android. I'm gonna throw up a background temporarily, just so I have something besides a black to look at. So, how's it going, man? How about you? You a developer as well, or are you just like watching us struggle? Is there a due date for this? Well, I have a beta out for right now. If you want to, nah. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Let me bring up my cheat sheet here. I animate sometimes. Hey, you and me both, man. Yeah, I've been doing animation for 20 years. I started doing game development about a decade ago. But part of the reason I'm not, but I'm not good at it. Well, I've been doing it for a real long time. And I still do it. I live here in Vegas, but I've been working in Hollywood for 20 years. So I still get, excuse me, I still get occasional animation work, which kind of wreaks havoc on my schedule. But it helps subsidize. So I still take the animation jobs when they come around. But here you go. I'll send... Oh, computer's hanging up there for a second. So there you go. So there's some links if you want to try the game out. I have a version out for Android, iOS, and for PC. It's a beta version. And I need to update it. I haven't done it yet. I got a couple more fixes in the latest version, so I'm going to get an update version out pretty soon that you guys can try out. But at this point, the fact that I'm working on the gameplay trailer means that I'm pretty much done. So objectively, I'd like to say that I'm going to have the game out within the next couple of weeks. You know, so beta's version's out there for everyone to play with, but the final, like, you know, out to the public, done version, that hopefully in the next few weeks. That's the goal. One thing I would think I might want to tweak here is, so these are just, by the way, the iOS and the Android, and I have an iMac screen and a desktop screen. These are images that or models that I found on like TurboSquid. I didn't want to really devote the time to making these models, and I just render them out real quick. And so I have the PC version, which I never bothered to do anything with. I think I'm going to come back and do something with this. Excuse me, because, yeah, that black is just kind of... Excuse me, I mean, it's just that pure gray. It's just, that doesn't look like anything. I mean, even with the screen superimposed on there, I think that's going to look kind of dodgy. So I think I may tweak that. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to save and exit. Go file. Clear scene. Good. So I'm going to load up this scene with the PC screen. Whoops. Just trying to move it. There it goes. Scenes. Nope. So. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. No. Where did I stash it? Oh, here we go. Monitor pose. There it is. Okay, so it should be PC pose, Mac, iOS, Android pose, monitor pose. That's it. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to change this a little bit. See what I can do here. Oh, I think this is why, because it only has like 2 surfaces. So I think what I'll do is also do double side. That's going to fix part of the issue, because I noticed that I had a little transparency going on there. Alright, so if I hit F9. Yeah. Alright. So let's figure out who's who here. That's the screen. Right, and that should be this guy. Oh, maybe not. Huh. No? Does it have no material on it? Uh-oh, maybe that's why. Okay. Alright, let's bounce back over to Modeler and load up that bad boy. Alright, so this is correct. So let's go I shaded 1. That's what it claims is the surface, but it looked like when I adjusted it, it didn't seem like it did much. So they're all shaded 1, but I see a different color for that. I don't understand how that's possible, but let's see. Huh. Alright, so let's just go like black. Alright, something totally funky there. Because okay, it's acting like it has no surface. So let's come at this here. I'm going to version it up just to make sure I don't completely break this. Tell you what, we'll take this screen. Alright. Take everything else. Call that monitor. There. Screen is flat. Monitor we use smoothing. And then we'll bring this way down. Like 20. Maybe not that far. Down to 30. Try that. Save. Oh, let me do the double side trick. 9. Better. There he goes. Okay. Alright, I'm liking that a lot better. Tell you what, we'll play here a little bit. Give them on a little bit of a specularity, kind of a plasticky feel. Ooh, that's not good. Turn off smoothing. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave that. Alright. Switch this back over. We're going to save this. Save current object. Yes. And I'm going to bust out the knob. I want the most of the screen to be flat shaded so we don't have those render errors, but this guy, I definitely want him to be smooth. So we'll say knob. Turn on smoothing. Make him like that, just to separate him a little bit. There. So, let's see what we got now. Oh, we lost our, because I went back over, I lost that specular highlight, but I can fix that. Alright, so the knob has something going on there, and let's do the screen, monitor. Let's punch him up a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's see, it looks good in both directions. Yep. Okay, that's good enough. That's much better than that terrible, boring gray shade I had before. So just do F9. Alright, that's one. And this will be the second one. Excuse me. Alright, so what I could do is get sneaky and just save this on top of what's already there, and it should just snap into place. Images. Okay, I think it's in renders. Monitor. So I'm not sure which is which, but I'm gonna trust that. Let's see. That's probably gonna be 2. And that's gonna be 1. I might have it backwards. I might have to flip this. We'll find out here in just a moment. Yeah, I did it backwards. Let's see. Oh, crud. There he goes. Yep. Bingo. Yeah, it's not fancy. But, I mean, it's enough that it sells it. I could go pure black on it like a normal monitor, but I just wanted it to have a little bit of a image to it, so that's good enough. Good. I mean, the main focus is just going to be the video playing on it anyways, the gameplay that is. So, hit Control S on that. Alright, I'm going to duck out for a quick restroom break, but I'll be right back. Hang tight, guys. Alright, here we go. Okay, so now that I got all these guys loaded up, I need to go through and add all the gameplay. So, I'm not sure if I have them already loaded up. Let me check in my gameplay folder. If not, I'll just drop them in. Let's see. No, I don't think I do. Okay. So, let's see. This would be... Yeah, these aren't rendered, so I have these under gameplay. So, it's going to be under... Let's see... Fraps, movies... Good. Let's see. Local iOS... what do I want? Do I want 2-player? Local iOS. Got blue and red. Okay, so where's my... 2-player game... Blue, red. Right. Wait, do I not have... Okay, he's playing as blue. He's playing as blue. Oh, crud. Do I not have... Oh, there it is. iOS red. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so we'll start with him. Oh, I did have him. Oh, sorry, I did have him loaded up. Okay, cool. So we'll take him, and let's figure out where iOS is in here. iOS left. Like that, and then we'll drop him right on top like so. Uh-oh. Okay, what am I missing here? Why did that... Oh, because, yeah, that's actually correct. I just gotta crop it and scale it and all that kind of fun stuff. Cropping is gonna be a pain, isn't it? Getting that exact. Yeah, I'll fix that in a second. Okay. Let's see, I guess before I zoom in, or before I scale it down, I guess I should work out that mat. Get that perfect. So let me come back in here. Really? Oh, that's why. Okay. Nope. Shape. Okay, why are you not letting me get the... Where are my points? I should have little points stuck in on this. There it is. Oh, really? You just let me do one at a time. I just won't... Oh, you're obnoxious. Got both these selected? There it goes. Yeah. Oh, really? Come on. Do not fight me. There it goes. You know what? Maybe I could just use a crop. I think the crop would be easier to control than the stupid mask. That's kind of a pain. So, tell you what. Let's go effects. Crop. Maybe? No, that's not what I want. Huh. Okay, I guess I do have to go with the cruddy crop tools. Alright. But I can't do it that way. Even though I'd like to just edit it. Shape. Transform. No. Yeah, see that? No. See, that should let me modify it. I want it to just be able to scale it, but all it does is give you the little points. You have to control it that way, but then that doesn't allow you to control it in one axis. See, I got like multiple axes there. Yeah, that's just garbage. Not liking that. Alright, I'll just do one at a time. That's just stupid, but I'll just do one at a time. Ugh. If I switch back into the translate mode, that should... Okay. Just a differing opinion on how this thing should work, I guess. Okay. 2 down. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we get the last one here. So the only ones we have to crop would be the iOS ones. Okay. So now we should be good. Good. Control S. Good. Now we can start playing. Yeah, I might have to do a warp to make it fit correctly. I could do it as a 3D, but I think the warp is just going to be faster. Quad warp. Let me try that. Yeah. Good. Okay, that's going to be okay. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, okay. I like that. That actually works pretty well. Okay. Let's see. This guy. Okay, good. So we got that working finally. And we need to cut it out as soon as it disappears. Okay. Why did you jump? I guess I could do a scale up thing on those. So it just doesn't pop on. I'll come back to that, I think, in a second. Alright. So that's the first one. Let's see if it comes back here anytime soon. iOS, there he is. Cool. Yep. Good. I guess the other option is I could do, I'm doing this slicing these up. I could also do it as a opacity, but I think I prefer this method. It's just easier to see where the clips actually come in, so I think I'll go with this. Technically it's one frame off there. The Android hangs on one frame, but that I can leave. Alright, then we exit out there, so we'll cut that one off. Turn them off temporarily, and let's see if we have more. Oh, that's the last one. iOS, PC, Mac, and we fade out. Cool. That's good. Alright, I guess I should do the iOS on the left, or on the right rather. So duplicate him, put him up here, since we've already got him masked nicely. Alright, that's the first part we start. So we'll grab this guy. Alright. And let's put him in the right spot. Take off that quad warp. You know what? Actually, I'll leave it on. I'll just drag it and change that here in a second. Transform. About like that. Yep. Yeah, I like this. It'd fall apart if it was rotating, but just for what I'm trying to do here, this is actually working okay. A little bit of a give and take just to get it right, but yeah, that's still a lot faster than having to go all the way back in Lightwave just to try and render the proper pose. I mean, it's not exact, but I think it's totally close enough that it sells it. Okay. Why does it keep jumping to the bottom of the screen like that in the timeline? That's kind of funky. Alright. It's a little bit off, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Probably nitpick, but I'm going to tweak it just a little bit. Alright, that's it. Now I'm done. Yeah. Okay, so let's see where he stops. Right about there. Okay. Just, actually I'm going to extend him out and then split it. Turn him off for a moment. Cool. Actually, this part's going to go a little faster than I thought it would. Android, iOS. There he is. Oops. Oh, turn it back on him. That might be smart. Alright, cut that down. Good. Oh, I guess that's the only time it appears on the right side. Alright, one down, 3 to go. Okay, so I'm going to actually colorize all these guys just for clarity's sake. So yeah, the tan, like I said, tan is going to be just the screen, and or rather the device, and then the red tomato signifies the actual game screen. So that's cool. All right, so next one, let's do iMac. Let's go media. Mac pose. Okay, so this one I did not import. Oh, I guess I was gonna just cheat and use the standard one. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Actually, I didn't. Oh, I messed that up. I wanted. Let's see. Oh, crud. Yeah, I wanted the left side to be red and the right side to be blue. Ah. That was stupid on my part. Okay. Let me correct that. So when it appears on this side, I want the gamer to be red, and on this side, I want the gamer to be blue. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta backtrack a little bit. Okay. Shoot. I was red, and I don't have that loaded. So let me come back into here. Oops. Movies. Ooh, do I not have blue? I thought I had blue in here somewhere. Oh, that's crazy. I could have sworn I had... Oh, there it is. One player, local blue. Good. Okay. This gameplay. Let's drag him in here. Alright. So, let's take one more stab at this. I didn't even notice it. It was like the gameplay was so quick that I didn't notice that I was actually starting right at the beginning of the game. So I think I want to adjust that for this one. So a little further in. That's pretty good. I'll take that. But then that's not online. That's a single player version. But you know what? I'm gonna let it go. It's literally 15 frames, so if someone wants to call me out for the fact that I'm using one local gameplay to simulate online, I guess they can do it. Okay. So, let's zoom in here. Go like that. Because I don't have the blue iOS gameplay in 2-player, so I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm gonna let that slide. Alright, so got that down. Let's go over here. You know what? Actually, let me undo this. I'm gonna change this so it lines up perfectly, and then I'll start chopping it up. So that's saving me the trouble of having to do it twice. Wrap. Cool. Alright, let me push this up a little bit, give myself a little more room here. There we go. So this guy's going to be 468, 37.1, and 47, and he should snap into place. Except for the mask, which I should be able to go copy and hopefully just paste and it snaps. Bingo. There he goes. Now we got blue on the right side. Cool. Alright, let me zoom back out a little bit. Whoa. Like that. There. And that should be all I need. Turn both those off for a moment. Just make sure I got this correct. So there you go. iOS, the blue player on that side. And blue player. Good. Okay, that was an easy fix. Cool. Okay, so now we're definitely done with iOS. Next up, the iMacs. And as I was saying, I think I'm just going to borrow the 177. Yeah, I think I'll just borrow that. Might be deep in the gameplay. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Alright. Let me scale this down for a moment, just so we can see what I'm doing here. There it goes. Alright, now let's find us where the iMac shows up. iOS, Android, PC, Mac. Alright, slice that right there. Turn him off temporarily. Oops. There it goes. Okay. So, I think I'll do the same thing with the warp. I think that was working pretty nicely, and it saves me the trouble of trying to do a 3D scale. So just get it close, like so. Alright. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, and it'll just warp it the rest of the way. I like the quad warp. I've been complaining about some of the other things, but this one I actually do like. Let's see. Alright, so obviously just totally eyeballing this. Let's see how that looks. What do you think? That looks convincing. Okay. So, that's the first part. Alright. May just borrow this because I'm gonna be, these are all gonna be 185 pretty much here. Yeah. Alright. Left, so I'm going to move this over here to left. So I'm just going to use the same sequence. It's a cheat, but I think it's going to be okay. Oh, wait a second. Let's copy paste. Really? Oh, because I'm in the wrong spot. There. Paste there, and then stretch this out. That's what I want. Alright, and he goes to right here, there. Okay. Alright, get it close, and then we'll use the warp the rest of the way. Alright. So if I hadn't done anything with the tablet spinning around like I did, I definitely would have gone with this approach, because this is tons faster for sure. Alright. So that takes care of him. Duplicate. Turn him off for the moment. And figure out when he comes back on again. PC, iOS, Android. There he is. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Ah. Okay. Oh, I got him turned off. Foolish. There it is. Alright, and that's probably the last time we see the Android on the left side. Yep, that is. Okay. So we're done with him. Alright, so this Android left. So he's good. Oh shoot, what happened to my... Oh, okay. Yeah, there's the iMac left. So he's good. Alright. So let's find our next Mac on the left side. Right there. Okay. Like that. Whoa, why did I lose my position on him? That's not good. Good, okay. I'm not sure why it popped, but that was easy enough to fix. Alright, so we start there for the Mac on the left side. Done. Oh, so I didn't realize getting too much into it. I'm like cowering down below. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to be like coming down in there. All right. Okay. And oh wait, we go to the end for him. Okay, and then so let's figure out where the rest of these are going, getting the transparency going, and we'll match that. I'm gonna just say it's there. So we go transform, opacity, and 0. Good. Cool. Alright, where are we at? 4:30. What do you think, guys? Should I wrap it up here? I mean, it's just going to be more of the same. And I know this is, like, if there's a planet exciting, this is the planet that's furthest from, I know. Kind of tedious stuff, but I mean, the nice thing is that I am close. I have this, and then I have just the final screen, which is going to be the wrap up and just, you know, like available now, that kind of stuff. So that's hopefully something I can knock out over the weekend. So my goal is by Monday to have this not be an issue, I'll be working on the press kit and just some screen grabs, some animated GIFs and stuff, just so I can start doing that, and maybe like a revamp of the webpage just a little bit to get that tweaked out, and then just start getting stuff uploaded. Start throwing it on to NADB, Itch.io, and all those other things, all those websites, so I can do proper promotion for it. But yeah, definitely home stretch here. I guess what I could do is, I mean, it's gonna play like crap, but I can at least play this. Oh, let me turn off. Do I have this? Yeah, I got the temp background, so let me turn that off. Alright. Yeah, let me just try this. Alright, so this is going to stutter step a bunch, because I'm trying to play it real time, but... Excuse me. Alright, so I'll bring this back on Monday. Offer up a last chance for you guys to offer any thoughts, feedback, before I officially throw it out there. But I'll definitely get this wrapped up over the weekend. I have to. Actually, I will, because everything else is just, all the heavy lifting stuff is already done. So that looks good. Yep. Yep. Player, that's good. Random match. Play online. We'll challenge friends. And then we're at that point. Cool. Yes, I consider that a win. Yeah. I always underestimate how long trailers will take. I always do. But definitely wrapping it up over the weekend. So yeah, I was kind of hoping to just be a few days to knock that out, but, you know, all the rendering stuff definitely took its toll on the timeline, but it's there. So I think that's going to be it, guys. Yeah, we're 4:30, so I think that's a good place to call it quits. So have yourselves a fantastic weekend. I plan on doing that myself. Hopefully get a little relaxation time, you know, maybe take a little time off. It's a problem, man. That's the problem with being your own company, man. You definitely wondering why you're not working. You know, if you're not sleeping, you should be working. But I'm gonna try and relax this weekend, at least a little bit. Maybe watch a movie or something. But all right, guys, take care of yourselves. Have yourselves a great weekend. Hope you guys can make it back here Monday. I will be here as always, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and wrapping this thing up, man. Move on to the next game. I will do a formal presentation on what the next game is all about. It should be pretty fun. But until then, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend, and I will see you Monday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right? All right, guys, take care. Adios.